Good. Googly moogly. Sheru review. Sheru review.
Hello, everybody. How we doing? This is episode 3 of the Sheru review. I am your host with the most, with butter and toast, Tim Sheru. Thank you all for joining me here today. I really appreciate all 5 of you for joining me. I just want to say the one thing that's grinding my gears this week. I've been watching wrestling since I was 8 years old. And the first time I watched wrestling was WCW. It was March of 1997. It was an episode of Monday Night Nitro. I think the first match I ever saw was Harlem Heat versus, I want to say it was the Public Enemy. And from then on in, I've been hooked. The announced team that I heard was Tony Schiavone, who, shout out to Tony Schiavone. I love Tony Schiavone to death. He is a cool dude. You know, in my later, I see him on Twitter all the time. He is a cool dude. The living legend, Larry Zbyszko. And I had something pop up right here. Gonna get rid of that. Right. There we go. Nope. Stupid Apple thing. Anyway. The living legend, Larry Zbyszko, who I later saw his later AWA stuff, Larry Zbyszko, and I gotta say, was not in my top 10. No disrespect, but he's definitely in my top 20 of one of the best wrestlers ever when it comes to actual technical skill. And the third announcer on that team was probably the greatest announcer of all time, Bobby the Brain Heenan. I was very upset when I heard about Bobby's passing this past week, and you figure the one thing that got me, and I was, talking to my fiance, I said, I'm gonna watch Raw. I'm gonna watch what they do the first segment, the opening of Raw. They did the, poster, in memory, but I figured they would have done the 10 bell salute. And for somebody who did so much for that company, somebody who just, and I've heard other managers say he is the greatest manager of all time. Nobody nowadays can touch Bobby Heenan. You don't even see managers now. The art of the manager in pro wrestling is dead, pretty much dead and buried. I mean, who do you have? Nobody that I can think of off the top of my head in a mainstream company. Nobody. And it used to be an art form. And I think that that's why I feel so disconnected with today's product, is because it feels so just not mass produced, but it doesn't feel genuine. Like, it just feels so not authentic. And from the time, like I said, when I was a kid, like I said, 1997 through its heyday into like 2000, 2001, your Attitude Era, and around that time, you know, wrestling had balls. That's the best way I can put it. You know, I mean, nowadays in the year 2017, I understand that you can't do chair shots. Concussions are a big issue, and safety is a big thing. But is that, you know, and I'm not saying I want to see people hurt, and I'm not saying that. No, no, no. But I'm just saying that you know you have to take some kind of risk. I'm not none of the flippy dippy like the cruiserweight stuff. But there's got to be something that makes you want to gravitate towards a product. There is nothing. I've been watching, week in, week out the past couple years, and nothing stands out. Oh, Big Show and Braun broke the ring. I already seen it. New Day and Usos, seen it. You know, what do we have? What in today's current product in 2017? What do we have to look forward to? You have the majority of the WWE audience, which is losing interest. I'm sorry, but I got made fun of a lot in school because pro wrestling was my love. I was very passionate. Oh my! I would defend up until a couple weeks ago. I would defend pro wrestling just as an art, as you know. If someone insulted pro wrestling, you might as well have insulted my wife. You might as well insulted my fiance. That's how much I love it. But now, I see like the writing, and I think it's 99.9.8. I don't say 0.9% the writing. As Uncle Vince says, it's lazy. It's laziness that is making the product so dull. And I see ya. Sorry, I was saying bye to my fiance. Have fun, honey. Kiss. Mwah. See you later on.
Not dying anybody.
I know you're not. No, she's not dying. She's going to get her hair done. I know. Might have her on a future episode, but I said we would make a great comedy team. So waiting to hear about that. But anyway, back to my rambling. Back to my shoot. I don't think, unless something is done, that you're going to get the the casual fan has already gone to UFC, and you have a lot of guys nowadays embracing like the Japanese product. Like you hear so many people, they want something that just feels authentic. And I watched a little bit of the Japanese product. I kind of, sort of dug it, but I'm seeing this. I don't know if I can get 100% behind it. I want to see how the product, how it plays. I mean, I know that Japan's been a very, very good area for people, the past 20 to 30 years, read stories about, like the British Bulldogs going to Japan, and a lot of the WCW guys, I know they had a working relationship with Japan back in the day. But I, and give the, like they work their butts off, yes. But, you know, just like how I hear, a lot of people, say, it's action, action, action. Action will only take you so far. Action, okay, you have these two great athletes. All right. Why are they, what's the story? It's like, okay, any two, you know, guys can go out there and have a wrestling match. Why should I, what's the story? Storyline, and I think going back to, like I said, when I started watching wrestling from 1997, through the Attitude Era, you know, you had a guy, you had Vince Russo, Ed Ferrara, and other people who writing for the company in the WWF that made you great. It's like, give me a story that just oh, okay, that happened. Oh, but what's going to happen next week? Oh, this happened. Oh, okay, and it keeps you hooked. Like the Stone Cold Undertaker saga, that was brilliant. You know, the summer of 1998, into 1999, that story, it had me hooked. Stone Cold is sitting on an embalming table. The Undertaker's going to embalm him. And then you had Kane involved. And then you had Mankind involved. You had all these different aspects of people involved in a storyline, but now you don't see too many people involved. It's just, you got Roman Reigns coming out saying, "Oh, I'm cutting a blistering promo on John Cena." Then the next week, John Cena does it to Roman. Cena. All right, cool. You're gonna say some shocking things, but like, give us a little bit more than just a controversial promo. WWE, give us our stories back. Give us storytelling back. Because, I've had it in my mind a long time that the days of, the Attitude Era and, that era of like WCW, 1997, 98, 99, 2000, that era is gone. It was a good time. I know everything can't last forever. And, it was a, good period of good, solid wrestling and storytelling. But, I just wish that the current product could look at that period and say, okay, we had record numbers. We had, really big numbers back in the day, and our numbers are dropping off. And just like I heard Jeff Lane say, they're making excuses. I hear excuse after excuse, of, oh, it's, Monday Night Football, this and that and or other. No, dude. Your product sucks. And a guy like me who loved this product his entire life, now can honestly say, with a, I feel jaded. It's just, WWE, you suck. I'm sorry. And until, I don't know what WWE can do, to win me back unless you pick up on the storytelling and just, stop playing to all the marks when it comes to, we want wrestling, it's like put more into the product, story tell, you know, stop letting people kick out of finishers at one, you know, wrestling is art. It's a beautiful art. And right now, WWE, you're bastardizing that art because you're making people who love that art hate it. Mainly, you're making me hate it. And, you know, I wish I didn't. I wanted, I wanted, I guess, to falsely tell myself, oh, it'll get better. It'll get better. I guess it's kind of like, someone, oh, it'll get better. It'll get better. I've been waiting a long time and it's not getting better. But but that's pretty much it. All that I have, like I said, I was really kind of, like I said, really bummed about Bobby Heenan. Was really, he definitely deserved the 10 bell salute at the start of the show after headlining WrestleMania 3 and being the greatest commentator and the greatest manager of all time. Bobby, definitely, everybody, standing out on, ring at the entranceway, you know, I think the guy definitely deserved, anybody who trailblazes, God forbid, when, Mean Gene Okerlund, one of the greatest interviewers, greatest announcers of all time. Uh, you know, I just think that, you know, I mean, I know people definitely respect, and trust me, he wasn't short of being shown respect and love. Because definitely, I saw it on Twitter. I saw it on, everybody who loved Bobby. Oh, it was so fantastic seeing, everybody, show their love and support for somebody who just touched all our hearts. It actually, my favorite Bobby Heenan moment was probably, oh God, there's so many. I gotta think of what stands out. When he tried to join the NWO, when Bobby Heenan, went out there and I want to talk business, and Rick Rude and Eric Bischoff are sitting there saying, "No, we like you, Bobby." And then, I forget which pay per view it was, but WCW got back in control of Power, and Bobby Heenan came back like nothing happened. Like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? What are you doing out here? I work here. You don't see comedic timing like that now. It's such an lost art form, and it's beautiful. And I think, I would like to see today's, current announcers. I know that, they got a lot going. Vince is Vince, and McMahon. I know he's trying to, he runs his ship his way, but come on, look at, try to get us fans back. The ones that feel jaded, use what's worked and just make your product authentic again. All I ask, please. But looking forward to football. Going to flip the script here a little bit. Looking forward. Hope the Ravens can topple the Jaguars in London on Sunday. I think this is the first time the Ravens have been to London. If I'm wrong, let me know. Like I said, I'm very loyal diehard fan, but if I'm missing a spot, the brain ain't what it used to be. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. Um, you know, I think it's going to be a good, solid game. Jacksonville looked great the first week, and Jacksonville looked kind of shitty last week. So it'll be interesting. The Ravens are 2-0. We're looking great. Injuries are kind of whipping our butt right now. A lot of people on the injury reserve right now, but I think it's gonna look good. I know playoffs ain't looking good for the O's. Like I said, I follow all my Baltimore sports. The Orioles. I think World Series aren't in their future this year, but always next season. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for giving Tim Sheru your time and listen to me vent and me talk to my fiance and all that other good jazz. Follow me on Twitter at Tim underscore Sheru Sheru. And also, uh, give all the brand family. I got to give a shout out to all the brand family. The lovely Miss Chantel Air, who does my editing, does the opening. I can't thank you enough for all that you do. My buddy Big Josh, Rue, the Broken Stinger, all you guys. I love you all. Looking forward to future. The Margaritaville, I got to say one thing before I go. The Margaritaville video was awesome. It turned out so good. I really hope we all, and I know I sent out a tweet like a week or two ago, like, guys, we got to do something else. It's like this project like got me fired up. Like, oh, come on. And I could tell Vince loved it. Uncle Vince definitely loved the Margaritaville compilation. Maybe the Brand family. Maybe we all do another Uncle Vince song. I'm just saying. Everybody, hit me up. Let me know what you think. So I bid you all farewell. I hope you all have a good weekend, a good rest of the week, whenever you're watching this, and stay safe. And catch y'all on the flip side. Good googly moogly.